Have you ever wondered what it takes to make people gravitate toward you? What makes someone so captivating that others chase after their presence, their energy, their vision? The answer isn't in wealth, status, or appearance. It's deeper than that. If you've been searching for the secret to becoming a magnet for success and admiration, stay with me, because what you'll learn today could change your life. Purpose is everything. Without it, you're just wandering, moving through life without direction, hoping something good happens by chance. But when you have a purpose, everything changes. It's like a fire inside of you, something that can't be extinguished no matter how strong the storm gets. People can see it in your eyes, hear it in your voice, feel it in the way you walk into a room. Purpose isn't just about having a goal. It's about understanding why you're here, why you do what you do, and what drives you every single day. When you know your purpose, you stop looking for validation from others. You stop asking for permission to be great. You stop hesitating and start moving. A person with a purpose doesn't wait for the perfect moment, they create it. They don't dwell on what could go wrong because they're focused on what they're building. And let me tell you something, that kind of clarity is rare. It's magnetic. It's the thing that makes people sit up, pay attention, and say, I don't know what they're doing, but I need to be a part of it. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone so focused, so locked in on their vision, that it made you question your own distractions? That's the power of purpose. It's contagious. It inspires others not because they want to copy you, but because they want to find that same fire within themselves. Your purpose becomes their reminder that they too can do more, be more, and achieve more. But let's get real, living with purpose isn't easy. It demands sacrifice, it demands discipline, and it demands faith, even when everything around you is telling you to quit. There will be days when you question if the journey is worth it, days when the obstacles feel bigger than your dreams. But that's the test. That's the moment when purpose separates you from everyone else. Most people give up because they can't see the finish line. But when you have a purpose, you don't need to see it, you just trust that it's there. And people notice that. They notice when you're not easily swayed, when you're not chasing trends or bending to the opinions of others. You stand firm, unshaken, because you're building something bigger than yourself. That kind of conviction commands respect. It draws people in. They want to know what fuels you, what keeps you going when others would have stopped. They want to learn from you, be around you, because they sense that you're going somewhere, and no one wants to miss the journey of someone who's destined for greatness. Purpose doesn't just inspire others, it transforms you. It changes the way you think, the way you work, and the way you live. You stop wasting time on things that don't align with your mission. You stop worrying about what people think of you because you're too busy chasing what you're called to do. And that kind of focus is powerful. It's the difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of meaning. It's the difference between being forgotten and leaving a legacy. Let me tell you this, when you have purpose, people will chase you not because you're asking them to, not because you're trying to impress them, but because your life becomes a beacon. It's like a lighthouse in a storm, guiding others who are lost, reminding them that they too can find their way. But it starts with you. It starts with the decision to stop living for applause and start living for impact. It starts with choosing to be the person who doesn't just talk about change, but embodies it. Purpose is not given, it's discovered. It's born in the quiet moments when you're honest with yourself about what you truly want. It's forged in the struggles, the setbacks, and the sacrifices that test your commitment. And once you find it, you protect it, you nurture it, you let it drive you forward, even when the road gets hard. Because the truth is, the road will get hard. Anything worth having comes with a cost. But here's the thing, when you're living with purpose, the cost doesn't scare you. The sacrifices don't deter you. You embrace them because you know they're part of the journey. And here's the best part, when you live with purpose, you don't have to chase people or opportunities. They come to you. They're drawn to your energy, your vision, your determination. People want to be around someone who knows where they're going. They want to be part of a story that matters. And your purpose? That's your story. That's what sets you apart. That's what makes you unforgettable. So don't underestimate the power of knowing why you're here. It's not just for you, it's for everyone whose life you'll touch along the way. Because when you live with purpose, you give others permission to do the same. And that, my friend, is how you change the world, one inspired soul at a time. Confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you build day by day, step by step. It's a belief in yourself that's rooted in knowing that you have the power to shape your own destiny, regardless of the obstacles, the naysayers, or the setbacks. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. No, it comes from understanding that you're not perfect, but you are enough. It comes from embracing your flaws, your mistakes, and your imperfections and still standing tall, knowing that you have what it takes to keep going. Now, let's be clear, confidence is not arrogance. Arrogance is rooted in insecurity. It's the need to prove something to others, to make up for what you feel you lack. Confidence, on the other hand, is the quiet assurance that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you don't need anyone else's approval to move forward. Confidence doesn't seek validation from the outside world. It comes from within, from knowing that you're aligned with your purpose and that you're doing everything in your power to reach the heights you were meant to reach. When you walk into a room, do you own it? Do you show up as the best version of yourself, unapologetically? Because that's what confidence does. It makes you walk with your head held high, with the kind of energy that says, I belong here. I'm worthy of this moment. People notice that. They can feel that energy. And whether they admit it or not, they respect it. Because confidence is magnetic. It draws people in without you saying a word. It makes people want to be around you, to learn from you, to be in your presence. And that's not because of how you look or what you have. It's because you carry yourself with a quiet strength that says, I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to show it. But let me tell you something, confidence isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time. It takes struggle. It takes getting knocked down and getting back up over and over again. It's built through the hard times, the moments when you feel like giving up, but you don't. It's built through those early mornings when no one is watching, when you're putting in the work, the effort, the grind, and no one's applauding you. That's where confidence is born. It's not in the praise. It's in the persistence. It's in the belief that you are worthy of the success you're working for, even when the world isn't convinced yet. Confidence doesn't come from being flawless. In fact, it's the recognition of your flaws that makes you truly confident. It's about understanding that you don't have to be perfect to be powerful. It's about owning your story, embracing your scars, and knowing that every battle you fought has brought you one step closer to who you were always meant to be. When you can stand in your truth, without hiding, without pretending, you become unstoppable. Because the moment you stop trying to be someone you're not, you unlock a power that no one can take away from you. And here's the thing about confidence, it's not just about how you feel about yourself. It's how you make others feel when they're around you. When you carry yourself with confidence, you inspire others to do the same. You give them permission to believe in themselves, to step up, to push past their own fears. Confidence is contagious. When people see you stepping out of your comfort zone, refusing to settle for less than what you deserve, they can't help but be moved by it. It lights a fire in them, a fire that tells them, if they can do it, so can I. And that's how you change the world, not by telling people what they should do, but by showing them what's possible through your own actions. It's easy to be confident when everything is going right, but real confidence shows up in the tough times, when you're faced with doubt, when you're staring failure in the face, and you still keep going. That's when confidence becomes unshakable. It's not about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about acknowledging the struggle, embracing the challenge, and moving forward anyway. It's about understanding that setbacks don't define you, they refine you. And through it all, you stand tall, knowing that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Confidence is a choice. It's a decision you make every day to show up, to put in the work, to believe in yourself, and to never, ever back down. It's about taking ownership of your life and your future, knowing that no one can stop you but you. It's about looking at the person in the mirror and saying, I've got this even when you don't know how. Because confidence doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It creates the moment. It's the belief that you're ready, that you're enough, and that no matter what happens, you will always rise to the occasion. So, don't wait for someone else to give you permission to be confident. Don't wait for the world to recognize your worth. Recognize it yourself. Walk with that quiet assurance that you know who you are, and you're not afraid to show it. Own your confidence, and let the world see the power that comes when you refuse to shrink back and instead stand tall, unapologetically you. You want to know the secret to building real, meaningful connections with people? It's simple, be kind. Genuine kindness is one of the rarest qualities in the world today, and because of that, it's one of the most powerful. People can sense when you're being real, when your kindness comes from a place of authenticity, not as an act or a strategy to get something in return. When you show real care and empathy toward others, they feel it. They feel seen, heard, and understood, and that's something this world desperately needs more of. But kindness isn't just about holding the door open or giving a compliment. It's about showing up for people when they need it most, without expecting anything in return. It's about taking the time to listen, to understand someone's struggles or their pain, and offering support, even if it's just in the form of your presence. True kindness isn't about grand gestures, it's about the small moments, the subtle ways you show people that you value them, that you care about their well-being. When you offer your time, your energy, and your attention without asking for anything in return, people notice. They may not always express it, but they appreciate it more than you know. Real kindness comes from a deep place inside of you, a place of humility and compassion. It comes from understanding that everyone you meet is fighting their own battles, struggling with their own challenges, and going through their own journeys. When you acknowledge that, you start to see the world differently. You stop judging people for their mistakes or shortcomings because you realize that, in some way, we're all the same. We all have our flaws, our scars, our stories. And when you approach people with that kind of understanding, you stop seeing them as obstacles or competitors. You see them as fellow human beings who deserve respect, love, and empathy. Kindness doesn't mean letting people walk all over you. It doesn't mean sacrificing your own well-being for the sake of others. No, kindness is about balance. It's about knowing when to give and when to step back, when to lift others up, and when to set healthy boundaries. It's about having the strength to be there for people without losing yourself in the process. And when you find that balance, when you lead with kindness while still holding on to your own self-respect, you become a force of nature. You become the kind of person people want to be around, the kind of person they can count on, the kind of person they'll chase after, because they see that you're a source of positive energy and support in a world that sometimes feels cold and indifferent. There's something magnetic about someone who treats others with kindness. It's not about being soft or weak, it's about being strong enough to show compassion, even in a world that often rewards toughness and selfishness. People are drawn to that. They're drawn to someone who doesn't just talk about caring for others, but actually lives it, who shows up in times of need and gives without expecting anything back. That kind of person stands out in a crowd. They become a beacon of light, a reminder that humanity hasn't lost its way. That kindness still has the power to make a difference. And here's the truth: when you show kindness, it doesn't just impact the person you're helping, it impacts you too. It strengthens your own spirit, enriches your own life, and reminds you of what's truly important. We often get so caught up in our own struggles and our own goals that we forget about the people around us who may need a little kindness to get through their day. But when you take a step back and offer that kindness, it creates a ripple effect. It doesn't just change the other person, it changes you. It changes the way you see the world, the way you move through life. It reminds you that, in the end, it's not about how much you have or how much you accomplish. It's about the relationships you build, the lives you touch, and the love you give. Real kindness is not something you do just to get something in return. It's not a transaction. It's an attitude, a way of being, a way of showing up in the world. When you lead with kindness, people will chase after you because they'll see that you're someone who adds value to their lives. You're someone who makes them feel better about themselves, who lifts them up when they're down, who sees the best in them even when they can't see it themselves. And that's a rare gift. That's something people will chase after because in a world full of noise, negativity, and ego, kindness is a breath of fresh air. It's what people need, even if they don't always know how to ask for it. So don't underestimate the power of kindness. Don't think it's too small or too simple to matter. Because when you lead with a heart full of empathy and understanding, when you treat others with the same love and respect you want for yourself, you create something that can't be measured in material success or fame. You create connections that last, relationships that grow, and a legacy that endures long after you're gone. That's the power of kindness, and that's why people will chase after you. Excellence isn't something that happens by accident. It's a result of consistent effort, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to being the best version of yourself. You see, when you master your craft, when you put in the hours, the sweat, and the grind, it shows. People notice. Excellence doesn't shout for attention, it quietly demands it. It speaks for itself. It's the work you put in when no one's watching, the dedication you show when no one's applauding. And it's that kind of excellence that people chase after. They want to be near it. They want to learn from it. They want to be a part of something that's exceptional. But let's be clear, mastery doesn't come overnight. It doesn't happen in a few weeks or even a few months. It takes years of hard work, failure, and persistence. You have to show up every single day and give it your all, even when you don't feel like it. The difference between someone who achieves greatness and someone who fades into the background is simple. They both face the same obstacles, the same doubts, and the same struggles. But the one who achieves greatness doesn't quit. They keep going, they keep learning, they keep pushing, and that's what excellence is. It's the ability to rise up every time life knocks you down, to keep perfecting your craft no matter how difficult the journey may be. Excellence is also about precision. It's about paying attention to the details. It's about making sure that every move you make is purposeful, that every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Mediocrity doesn't care about the details. It's okay with good enough, but excellence demands more. It demands that you give your best every single time. It demands that you hold yourself to a higher standard, even when the people around you are satisfied with less. And here's the thing, when you start living at that higher level, when you refuse to settle for anything less than your best, people take notice. They're drawn to that energy. They want to be around that kind of intensity. They want to learn from your example because they see something in you that they want in themselves. But you can't be afraid to put in the work. Excellence isn't for the faint of heart. It's for those who are willing to sacrifice, who are willing to go the extra mile, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about putting in the hours when everyone else is taking shortcuts, when everyone else is looking for an easy way out. You've got to be willing to do what others won't do, to keep going when the road gets tough, when the failures pile up, and when you feel like you can't take another step. That's when excellence is truly born. It's in those moments when the world tells you to quit, but you keep pushing, knowing that each setback is just a lesson that's getting you closer to your goal. And the beauty of it is, when you achieve excellence, it doesn't just benefit you, it lifts everyone around you. When you're at the top of your game, when you've mastered your craft, you become a mentor, a guide, a source of inspiration. You become someone that others look up to, someone they want to learn from. Your excellence shows them what's possible. It shows them that with enough effort, enough focus, and enough determination, they can achieve greatness too. And that's how you change the world. You don't change the world by being average. You change the world by pushing the limits, by setting a standard of excellence that others aspire to reach. When you master your craft, you become a force of nature. People can't ignore you because what you're doing is undeniable. It's the work ethic, the discipline, the attention to detail, the refusal to settle for anything less than greatness. That's what makes you stand out. And when you stand out, people want to be a part of your journey. They want to know how you got there. They want to learn from your experiences. They want to see how you overcame the struggles, how you stayed committed, how you never gave up. That's what excellence does. It inspires others to believe in themselves, to push past their limitations, to reach for their own greatness. But let's not forget, excellence is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day to give it your all, to refuse to settle, and to pursue greatness with everything you've got. It's about showing up day in and day out and being relentless in your pursuit of your craft. When you make that choice, when you make excellence a non-negotiable part of who you are, you unlock a level of success that most people only dream of. And once you reach that level, once you've mastered your craft, you'll find that people don't just chase you, they chase what you represent. They chase your discipline, your focus, your resilience, and your commitment to never stop improving. So, don't wait for the world to recognize your excellence. You're the one who has to put in the work. You're the one who has to show up every day and prove that you're willing to do whatever it takes to master your craft. And when you do, you'll find that people will chase you not because you've made it to the top, but because they see the power in your work, in your dedication, in your refusal to quit. They see the excellence you've built, and they can't help but want to be a part of it. There's something about resilience that sets the truly great apart from the rest. It's the ability to face adversity and keep moving forward, no matter how tough the road gets. Life will throw curveballs, it'll knock you down, and it'll test you in ways you can't even imagine. But what defines you is how you respond to those challenges. Resilience isn't about avoiding the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about looking at the obstacles and saying, you may knock me down, but you will never keep me down. And let me tell you something, when people see that, when they see you stand back up after every fall, they respect you. They admire you. They're drawn to you because they know you're not just someone who talks about overcoming struggles. You live it. Resilience is the ability to endure. It's what allows you to keep fighting even when it feels like the world is against you. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is not talent. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not timing. It's resilience. The people who keep going when things get hard, who refuse to quit even when every part of them wants to, they are the ones who break through. They are the ones who find a way, who find strength they didn't even know they had, and they push through. And let me tell you something, that's what people chase after. People are drawn to that kind of strength because it's rare. It's real. It's something that inspires everyone who witnesses it. But resilience isn't something you can just decide to have when things get tough. It's built over time. It's forged in the fire of struggle and hardship. It's developed when you're pushed to your limits, when you feel like you've reached a point where you can't take anymore, and you keep going anyway. It's in those moments of pain, of frustration, of feeling like the world is crumbling around you, that your true character is revealed. The stronger the challenge, the stronger the resilience you build. And every time you overcome, every time you stand tall after you've been knocked down, you grow a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher, and you build the kind of mental toughness that people can't help but respect. Resilience also requires faith. Faith in yourself, in your ability to overcome whatever life throws your way. Faith that no matter how dark the tunnel may get, there's a light at the end. It's easy to believe when things are going well. It's easy to keep the faith when everything is falling into place. But real resilience, the kind that makes people chase you, is built in the moments of doubt, in the moments when it feels like there's no way forward. It's the belief that even when things don't make sense, even when you don't know what's coming next, you trust that something greater is on the horizon. And when you keep moving with that kind of faith, when you keep pushing forward no matter what, people see it. They feel it. They're inspired by it. They want that kind of strength in their own lives. But here's the truth, resilience doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It doesn't mean you don't feel fear or doubt. Resilience is about feeling those emotions, acknowledging them, and still choosing to move forward anyway. It's about understanding that pain is temporary, that setbacks are part of the journey, and that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. When you can push through that pain, when you can keep your eyes on the prize even when the journey gets tough, you become someone people look up to. They want to know how you do it. They want to know how you keep going when everything else tells you to quit. And resilience doesn't just impact you. It impacts everyone around you. When people see you persevere, when they see you handle life's challenges with strength and grace, it empowers them to do the same. Your resilience becomes their reminder that they too can make it through whatever they're facing. You become a beacon, showing others that it's possible to rise above a struggle, to face life's toughest moments and come out stronger on the other side. And that's how you create a ripple effect. Your resilience doesn't just change your life, it changes the lives of everyone who's watching you, who's drawing strength from your example. It's the kind of influence that makes people want to be around you. They want to be close to someone who's living proof that anything is possible. But here's the kicker, resilience isn't about bouncing back from just one setback. It's about bouncing back over and over again. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and refusing to be defined by your failures or mistakes. It's about understanding that life is a marathon, not a sprint, and the real champions are the ones who keep running when everyone else stops. They keep pushing when everyone else gives up. They keep going when everyone else thinks it's over. That's the power of resilience. That's what makes you unstoppable. So when you face the storm, when the winds are howling, when it feels like you're about to lose everything, remember this resilience is what will get you through. It's what will carry you when you have nothing left to give. It's what will keep you going when the world is telling you to quit. And when people see you keep going, when they see you never give up, when they see you stand tall, no matter how many times life knocks you down, they will chase you. They will want to be a part of that strength, that energy, that unbreakable spirit. Because resilience is a power that doesn't just move you, it moves everyone around you. And that's why people will always chase you when they see you embody it. One of the most powerful qualities that will make people chase after you is the passion you have for what you do. Passion is the fire inside you that drives everything. It's the thing that keeps you up late at night, the thing that makes you wake up early in the morning with a sense of purpose, with a sense of excitement about the day ahead. When you're passionate about something, when you truly believe in it, it's not just about the work, it's about the meaning, the impact, and the drive to make a difference. And that energy is contagious. People can feel it. They can sense when you're doing something with all your heart, when you're fully invested in it, when you give everything you've got because you believe in it with every fiber of your being. That's the kind of passion that people will chase after because it inspires them to do the same. Now, let me tell you, passion isn't always easy. There are going to be days when you don't feel like getting up, when the road is tough, and when you question whether it's worth it. That's the thing about passion. It's not just about those moments when everything is going right. It's about keeping that fire burning even when you face failure, even when things don't go as planned. When you truly love something, when you're truly passionate about it, you don't let obstacles stop you. You don't let setbacks define you. You use them as fuel to keep going. You use the struggle as part of your story because you know that nothing worthwhile ever comes without a fight. And when people see that kind of resilience, when they see the dedication, when they see you pushing through despite everything, they're drawn to it. They admire it. They want that same fire in their lives. But passion also means being all in. It means you don't half-ass it. When you love what you do, you give it your all. You don't take shortcuts. You don't settle for mediocrity. You pour your heart, your soul, your time, and your energy into it. You give everything you have because you know that's the only way to truly make a difference. People see that level of commitment, and they can't help but be inspired by it. They see your drive, your hunger, and they want that same intensity, that same focus, that same energy. It doesn't matter what field you're in, whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, an athlete, or a teacher. When you approach your work with passion, when you are willing to sacrifice and dedicate everything you have to it, people can't ignore you. They want to be a part of it. They want to be around that energy. They want to be surrounded by that commitment. And it's important to remember that passion isn't just about what you do, it's about why you do it. The why behind your work is what makes it meaningful. It's what gives it depth and power. When you know your purpose, when you know why you're putting in the hours, why you're facing the struggles, why you're sacrificing so much, that passion becomes unstoppable. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the going gets tough. And people notice that. They notice when someone is working with a higher purpose, when they're not just in it for the fame or the money or the recognition, but for something greater. That's the kind of passion that sticks. That's the kind of passion that makes people want to be around you, that makes them want to follow your lead. Passion also connects you to other people. When you're passionate about something, when you're fully invested in your purpose, you find other like-minded people who share that same fire. You surround yourself with those who are driven, those who are working just as hard as you to create something meaningful. And together you create a force that's bigger than just one person. It's the power of collective passion, the power of people coming together, all pushing toward the same goal, all lifting each other up, all feeding off each other's energy. People want to be a part of that. They want to be around that kind of energy, that kind of synergy. And when you have a group of people who are passionate and working towards something together, there's nothing you can't accomplish. That's how you change the world. That's how you make an impact. And people chase after that. They want to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. Passion also demands growth. When you're passionate about something, you never stop learning. You never stop improving. You never stop striving to be better. Because you know that in order to make the kind of impact you want, you have to keep growing. You have to keep pushing your limits. Passion fuels that growth. It makes you hungry for knowledge, for improvement, for mastery. And when people see that drive for growth, when they see you pushing yourself to be better every day, they want to be around that. They want to learn from you. They want to be inspired by you. Passion makes you a leader, a teacher, a mentor. And that's why people chase you, because they want to be a part of that journey. They want to be a part of your growth. And they want to learn from the way you chase excellence. At the end of the day, passion is what makes everything worth it. It's what makes the struggle bearable. It's what makes the sacrifice meaningful. It's what makes the hard times feel like part of the journey. And when you live with that kind of passion, when you live with that kind of fire, people will chase you because they want to feel that energy. They want to feel that excitement. They want to be part of something that's alive, that's growing, that's moving forward with purpose. That's the power of passion. It doesn't just drive you, it drives everyone around you. And that's why it's so magnetic. People want to be near it, to learn from it, to be inspired by it. Because when you live with passion, you don't just change your own life, you change the lives of everyone you touch. These principles aren't just theories, they're truths that, when applied, will transform your life. People won't chase you because you demand their attention. They'll chase you because of the value, energy, and authenticity you bring to the world. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop chasing and start attracting? Are you ready to step into your greatness and become someone others can't help but follow? The time is now. Take action and let the world see the unstoppable force you're destined to be.